Welcome to a brief demonstration of Sage Intacct's order-to-cash process for service organizations. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you how you can move from sales order to fulfillment to billing and accounts receivable without rekeying any information in your service organization. In this example, an existing opportunity in Salesforce was recently closed and created a sales order in Sage Intacct, populating details without me having to re-enter anything. At the header level, I can set terms and other information that affect the whole order. Note that line items exist for each product and service purchased, and I can easily see expanded information for line items. The appropriate billing, revenue recognition, and project terms can be associated by line item, giving me flexibility to serve my customers and protect my financial health. For example, I might require specific billing terms based on the agreement negotiated with a client. Billing terms can be entered here manually, and I can simply select a pre-populated template that's appropriate for the project. Different billing terms can be assigned to each line item in the order. Even though I set specific billing terms, the rules for recognizing revenue can be completely independent. I can assign revenue recognition terms to the line items. For example, I can recognize revenue as I complete portions of the project. This allows me to keep my revenue stream aligned with expenses and still bill customers according to the agreed upon terms. Connect the order to an existing project or create a new project here. Since I already have an existing project, I'll dive into the project details from here. From these tabs, I can view information on a project. With the right permissions, I can edit details on the project, such as assign a manager or see the status or health of the project. How about a look at people and pricing for this project? I can make sure people are assigned to this project, and if they haven't been, I can find and assign people who have the right skills. Since the project already has people assigned, I simply identify the type of work performed and set billing rates for the project. After closing this window, I can enter time and expenses. As I review a project, I can see people's schedules along with indicators, such as where company holidays fall or where hours may be pushing a project over budget. I control the project budget in the project record under Project Summary. So far, we've looked at an order and a project. Let's report against that project by going to Time and Expenses as an employee user, staying within the same Sage Intacct system. People assigned to projects can view their timesheets and status. To add new hours, I can quickly duplicate an existing timesheet or add a new timesheet. When selecting the project to which these hours apply, I might see all projects or only those projects to which I'm assigned, and the same is true for tasks. What I see depends on how my administrator decided to configure the system. After adding time for a project, if applicable, I can also add time not associated with a project, such as vacation time. I can add billable or non-billable hours for one project or many projects from the same screen. Employees and contractors can both add timesheets into the system. When you submit hours, the system automatically sends them through the user-defined approval levels. Now let's say I need to submit not only my time, but also some expenses. I don't need to log in again to enter expenses because expense reports are in the same system. From the list of expense reports, I can duplicate one or add a new one. I add attachments such as scanned receipts as needed. Applying user-defined expense types, I select the appropriate category for the expense. This tags the expense and allows for flexible reporting on expense types. Because this expense is associated with a project, I'll go ahead and enter it against the project. I can also select the customer name, the department, and the location from which the expense originated. Any of these fields you see here can be made optional or required. I can invoice the client associated with the project and expense. Let's generate an invoice for a project. I can select different invoices for different situations based on templates. Additionally, I can invoice by customer, meaning the customer will get a single invoice even if they have multiple projects. Or I can invoice by project, in which case a customer may receive many invoices depending on their number of concurrent projects. The other tabs allow you to run invoices in mass, for example, by day or for all customers. Now I'll just associate this invoice to the project, and if necessary, select the appropriate price list and currency. If this project were billed on % complete, the system automatically generates an invoice, and revenue can be automatically recognized. I can print and send my invoices through the mail or send them by email. After a few weeks, when I receive payment for the invoice, I just click Pay next to the invoice. Record the payment check or credit card information and amounts, click Save, and I have completed the order-to-cash process. A dashboard shows the overview of the order-to-cash process for a service organization or company. In a few minutes, I created an order with the click of a button, associated that order to a project so I could assign people and track progress. I also submitted time and expenses to that project so it can all be tracked and reported at a later date. And lastly, I invoiced the client for work on the project, all quickly and accurately, using pre-populated templates and eliminating repetitive manual steps. Find out what kind of power Sage Intacct's order-to-cash process can bring to your services organization by scheduling a live demo of Sage Intacct today.